Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joelle, and this is Joelle Makes Food. So today we're going to be doing an easy dinner recipe for making Mediterranean ground lamb. So I chose this recipe because it's really easy to execute and you get to use ground meat. So that's really affordable, typically easy to cook. The trick is to make a really banging impression with the flavor, and I got that one down. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys. A few highlights about the recipe. Lamb is really cool, it's a versatile type of meat, so if you don't use it a lot, this could be a really great opportunity to experiment. It's also high in B vitamins, as well as a great source of protein. We also use quite a bit of warming spices in this recipe. So warming spices are great because it just gives you a really awesome feeling, the taste is really great, and it aids things like digestion, which is really important. We also have onions, and I find cooking down the onions and the lamb together gives such a rich flavor profile. So it's really delicious. And any other nutritional highlights I will add to the blog. So please check it out for a little extra background. So from here, I'm going to get us started. Let's get in there. So first, let's start with our spices. We have our salt, cumin, garlic powder, and onion powder, cayenne, black pepper, cinnamon, and red pepper flakes. So a lot of really great warming spices. Then we have our chopped onion. So I chopped this onion a little bit larger than a dice. I like to have pronounced pieces of onion in my lamb. And I also crushed some garlic. So I used a garlic press for this, but you could do a really small mince or a microplane. So now that we've got all this, let's get to the stove. So now I'm melting about 1.5 tablespoons of coconut oil in a pan that I'm heating on medium-high heat. So here we have it. Essentially, I want enough oil so that when I saute my onions, they're nicely coated. So you should have a nice layer of oil in your pan. Next, I'm going to add my onions. Let's give these a nice twirl. So we're only partially cooking these down just to soften a little bit because it'll cook down further with our lamb. I take this time to kind of smash the onions a bit and help all the little pieces separate. So now that my onions have been in the pan for probably about 1.5 minutes, I'm going to do a nice little stir around. Add a pinch of salt. So seasoning throughout will really bring the flavor of the onion and all the rest of the ingredients out. And now you're ready to add your lamb. I have my 2 pounds of lamb here. I'm doubling the recipe today. And now let's smash that lamb and help it integrate with the onions. If you're finding you're getting a bit of sticking like I am, I turn the oven down just a notch, or the burner, sorry, so I can allow everything to get really juicy. The good thing about lamb as well, it's a high-fat meat, so you will get some of the fat reducing down, and that'll add moisture to your pan. So now I'm just browning off the lamb. So we don't have to cook it all the way through, but you want most of the rawness to be cooking down. And then we will add our spices. So now that our lamb is about halfway browned, I'm gonna add our spices. And now give it a really good mix. And once that lamb's looking nicely mixed with our seasoning, we're gonna add our garlic for a nice pop of fresh flavor. We have our garlic. Let's add that in. And give her a whirl. So as you can see, there's a lot of really good sauciness coming off the lamb. The onions are also sweating down. And that process with the spices is just creating this amazing sauciness at the bottom that is going to give so much flavor to your dishes. So now you can see we're almost done cooking completely. If I see any little clumps, I try to mash it out because I want to make sure everything's getting a nice amount of that seasoning, right? You don't want to bite into something that hasn't touched the goodness. So now you can see it's cooked throughout. We don't see any pink fleshiness. And now this lamb is ready to come off the stove. So here I have some garlic roasted cauliflower I made from a previous video, so check it out. And now I'm going to pair it with the lamb. So Mediterranean ground lamb goes great with roasted cauliflower, and it gives you a deconstructed shepherd's pie. So you get all the deliciousness of a shepherd's pie without any of the struggle. So here we have it, our Mediterranean ground lamb. Super easy to execute, very delicious. Low carb and keto, it doesn't get a whole lot better than this. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you enjoy this recipe. Please remember to subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos. Definitely comment. I want to hear if you guys made this. And check me out online, joellemakesfood.com, and check out some of my nutritional services. Thanks, and I'll see you guys soon.